Hello, I want to help you out with your honors project this spring, and first I want you to look in your Geometry LMS. Right here on the first page, you're going to come down here under announcements and it says must read 8.01 honors project. And if you go through here, talk to you a little bit about some of the guidelines for the project, especially not to wait till the last minute because it is a lot of work, especially lesson 3. You can actually click on this link right here if you don't already have Geogebra. Click on this link and you will be able to access Geogebra and use it for your project. I do want you using Geogebra because it has everything you need to get the job done, and it's a great software program. Right here is the rubric that I use to grade the project, and there's 4 different concepts that you have to get, and each one of them's worth 5 points, so you need to go through there and read that, and when you're finished with your plan, make sure it meets all of this criteria. Now then, once you've read through that, you can also go down here in the navigation bar. You can click on Honors Project Architecture. Here is lesson 801. My computer's being just a little slow. Let me make this a little bigger right there. Okay, you go through here, and this is just giving you some general information. Right here is the student guide that you can click on, and it will tell you everything you need to do to get the plan completed. And here's an example of a floor plan. There's another example. There's an example there. In our floor plans, you do not have to include the furniture and the bathroom and appliances and things like that. We just need to see a plan. You need to be sure that you include the setback rules. See how the lesson goes through and tells you everything you need to know. If you click on this link, it's a Geogebra file of a house floor plan that'll help you out and give you ideas. I believe this right here, the Honors Project Model House Floor Plan, that's just a hard copy of it in a Word document. And of course you won't see this part, but somewhere in here there's a worksheet that you can download that'll also give you all the instructions. And anyway, once you've done that, you mark this complete. And after you finish lesson 1, you need to go in and work on lesson 802 with the elevation views. Now let's talk more about Geogebra. You can see I already have mine open, but I wanted to show you this right quick. If you just go in and you type in geogebra.org, and you're going to go to downloads. You can either download the software directly to your computer. See right here it says Geogebra for desktops. I have Windows, so I would click on Windows and do a download. You can also do this with Chrome. That's Geogebra for tablets if you need to do it that way. I could have swore the Chrome app was right here with everybody else. Maybe not. Well, I know there's a place in here where you can actually download it for, this is where it is. This is the Chrome version. Anyway, you can download it right to your computer and do everything from your computer. And that way you don't have to download the software. Okay, now on to Geogebra. When you first open it up, it's going to look something like this. Alright, the very first thing I would like for you to do And this will help you whenever you go to zoom in and out of your floor plan, which also helps me when I'm grading because it doesn't mess up your plan when I'm looking at it. You can go to View, you come down here and you click on Layout. You go up here and you click on where it says Preferences, Graphics. If you look, it's a little triangle with a circle. Anyway, click on that. Come over here to Grid. We want to show the grid, and we want to make sure the distance right here, most of them when you open them up it'll say 2. You just make sure that X coordinate is 1 and the Y coordinate is 1, and then you just go up here and you click the red X and see how the grid popped up. I'm going to get rid of this algebra box over here. We don't need that. And right now I'm going to leave the X and Y axis up, and I'll show you why. Because I have this set for 1 to 1, and what will happen is you want your setback, you want it to be 120 feet wide, I believe the directions say, and 100 feet deep. So what you're going to need to do is set those boundaries, and you're going to come under the lines icon and you're going to choose segment. And I'm going to come right down here to 0. I'm going to start my segment. And I have this set, well, I guess what I should have done first is set my scale. Here, I need to move this over a little bit. I'm going to set my scale right over here. I need that so I can move it. Maybe not. Well, let me just go ahead and delete it. Okay, whew. That was taking me a little bit too long. I'm going to set my scale. I'm going to do it just like with the model house plan. I'm going to make it a 4 by 4. I've noticed some students have done 8 by 8, 10 by 10. 10 by 10 is a little hard to work with. I've tried that before. But if that's what you like, then do it. So I'm going to set my scale up right there. I'm going to come over here where it says text. I'm going to click that. I'm going to write right here. I'm going to put 4 feet. Then I'm going to come over to this side right here. I'm going to put 4 feet. Now that I've set that up as 4 feet, and you think 120 divided by 4 feet, that's going to give me 30 blocks. Okay, so now what you're going to do, I'm going to move this over, and I'm going to zoom in, or actually zoom out, and I can come up here. I'm going to choose the segment. Now I'm going to come and click on 0, and I said that would be 30 blocks. That right there is going to be 120 feet. So see, the only reason I've got the X and Y axis here right now is so that way I can count really fast. Okay, and then you say 120, not 120, I need it at 100 deep. And so 100 divided by 4 is going to give me 25. So I'm going to come back up here to the segment tool. And I'm going to go up here to that 25 mark and done to done. So now my boundaries, that was just really quick and easy for me to do that by having the X and Y axis up there. I don't need them anymore, so I'm going to get rid of them. Poop, they're gone. So now I just need to finish adding my property line. There we go. And you need to go ahead and say right here, I'm going to put 120 feet. And then over here, I'm going to put 100 feet. And now basically what you have to do, you have to look at your setback rules, and it says they have to be, your house has to be 8 feet from the property line. On the sides, I believe it's 24 for the front and 20 for the back, or I'm not sure, but you can look at your instructions and find out. So all you have to do now is design your home however you want to do it. I would start, by, you have to have a garage, and I believe the setback is, and these are minimum setbacks. You can actually have your house 30 feet from the front. So let's say that's what I want to do. Well, let's do it something divisible by 4. So 32, so let's do 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go right here. And say I want a garage, and most of your garages are going to be 20 by 20, and that's pretty divisible by 4. So 20 divided by 4 is going to give you 5. So there's my garage. And at this point, you can zoom back in and make it easier to find where all your lines are going to be. Or you can keep it zoomed out, whichever is more comfortable for you. And now, when you do your house plan, you don't want all these points showing up. All you have to do is highlight the point, right click, and take that show object. Click on show object, and it'll go away. Also, if you have little letters and big letters popping up, you can click on show label, and that'll get rid of your marks that way. So I'm getting rid of these points, and I'm doing it as I go because there's a whole lot of points when I get to the end of this. Now you're going to come in here and you're going to say garage, and then right under there put 20 by 20 and click OK. And if you don't like where that, you can click on it and move it around. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to enlarge my screen a little bit. And come down this way a little more. I'm going to continue adding my segments on. Oops. I'm going to come right here, and I'm going to go out. So I want to make this about 8 to go right here, and then I'm going to add 8, that's 4, that's 8, and that's 12. I'm going to make this 11, so I'm just going to go over just a little bit. Then I'm going to come down from that. I'm just putting a wall here. It's just to separate the two areas. I'm going to come over here and I've already got a wall right there. I'm going to come about to this point. And the good thing is to have all this kind of drawn on a piece of paper before you start. And I'm going to say that this is going to be a doorway. Yeah. That's 4, so I'm going to go about half, so that will be 6. This may seem like I'm making a little more complicated than it should be. You can make it as simple as you want. And so now what I'm going to do right here So I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to say that this room right here coming off the garage, oh, that would be utility. Wait, utility. And oh, I see 1, 2, 3. So it's 16, 8 by 16. This right here is going to be my dining area, and I'm making it about 11 by 12. Then I can come down here, go back to my segment tool, click on this dot. Looks like I'm going to come down just a little bit by 12, and I'll make this right here. See, and it's kind of a slow, tedious process, but once you get it down, it's down. Let me see if I can come over here and do this way. Just curious. Oh, no, don't do that. That gets rid of everything. So I'm going to continue just to get rid of them like this. And then this right here is going to be my kitchen, and it is 11 by 12. I don't know if those numbers are exactly right, like what they should be, but I'm just trying to give you a general idea of how to set this up and get it going. So now you're just going to keep on adding with what you have on your sketch and adding your rooms and your bedrooms. You still need to put a living room. Remember, you have to have 7 rooms plus a garage. So that's a kitchen, dining, living, 3 bedrooms, and at least 1 bathroom. And if you have any more questions on how to use Geogebra and get things set up and ready to turn in, just let me know.